Hey, I'm Kev Welcome back to MXGP 2019 has a Rut Rider. He's been making some waves. He's getting up there in the championship. After a few good races, it's all stuck on the outside here in France. As Jorge Prado gets the old shot here in a very wet France. So we've got, what, 4 laps here? Go downhill and uphill. Hello, Watson. Watson, get off, Watson. What are you doing? So that was someone down the inside. It's probably getting overtaken by Jacoby. Watson's just being a frustrating roadblock at the moment. So that's a bit of a dive on here. We're up into 8th, up into 7th now. It's got some tight hairpins here. So what the hell? Get going. Oh my god, what is everyone doing? What are you doing, Watson, again? I do not understand Watson this race. So we're out of the top 10 now, thanks to Watson and whatever the heck the Englishman was doing. It's got Gertz and Osland battling hard. Up the order. So we've got a bit of a room section going on here. Oh, comfortably down the inside or outside. So I remember this part, here we go. This flat out section. For the tight corner, it's up to 8 behind Bass. As we go uphill and now downhill again. Landed that a bit too far there. Honestly, we'd be lucky to get in the top 5, but they're suddenly just bunched up in front. Look at everyone. There's Prado struggling to hold onto a podium at the moment. Spaniard. Don't really say that in real life about him. He's definitely an alternate reality here. So there we go, not shoved on the inside, so you can actually keep the bike upright. And make a move back up to 7th as 4 into 1 does not go. Well, they're struggling hard in front, aren't they? Don't know where the next corner is. They're not sure where to go. Should have gone to the right. They did go up into 3rd. Now to chase the top 2 as you go downhill. Let's try and get away from this pack as you've got Jacoby in front, the German. Got a bit of a rhythm section. Oh, he's very slow in front. So first time really riding in the wet as well, if I remember in this game. It's catching massively on the German. Kept hitting 3rd. Stopped a bit earlier, but still a bit late to gain momentum through that corner. So he's gone very wide. Going for the pace uphill. Pace out the corner like you should. There's we've got a Frenchman leading on home turf. That's real over 2nd though. Veteran not that far in front as well. You have a good lap here, get past Jacoby, you never know. Oh, it gets very tight, doesn't it? Get out the way, Mound. What are you doing, bike? Let's get on the power. But again, it's not like Supercross. You actually have to... You can actually just spin it out of all the corners. There's, oh, no, look at Jacoby all over the leader. Trying to upset the home fans. So from being challenged, now he's the challenger. Once again, very quick over the room section, though. Nicely downhill. Suddenly he's a bit close between the top three. I know that's a poor exit onto this fast front stretch. It's nicely uphill. As what are you doing, bike? It's like I damped the brakes and it's like, what, you want to put all the anchors into the ground? Like, no, I just want to dab the brakes. I was only to use the rear brake a bit more. I remember that being actually handy, getting the back end to swing round. As we go into the final lap. That's a poor lap. Second solo and a quickest lap. No wonder I haven't made any inroads really on first. And why Jacoby's got away a bit as a German. So, you know, using the rear brake round that corner actually gets us round the corner. He would have thought it. And suddenly we're breathing down the German's neck. I think we've got a right-hander coming out, don't we? Yeah. And downhill. Turn bike. Well, it really does not want to turn, does it? So here we go, rhythm section. Much quicker. Can set up the dive it. Easily pass for second. The crowd love that. Probably love seeing their man win more than that, though. Onto the front stretch past the cruise. There's 4 second gap in front. Don't think we'll be making that up in the last section. But we'll definitely take second. After a tough opening lap, we really got caught in the mid-pack there. But we fought back well. And another podium for the Rat Rider. Another solid points taking out the leader. There you go, across the line. I don't think that's how you're meant to score it across the line, but 4.5 seconds behind the KTM and a double Kawasaki podium. Then we got Belgium, Olsen round at the top 5, Vasselin, Olsen down in 7th, Prado down in 9th in the end. Really did struggle with Spaniards. We've got Sterry ahead of Watson. And we had big problems with Watson, didn't we, in the first half of the race as well. As we've got the Dane in last. So here we go, looking for a better start this time. And we get caught up. We've got the riders, and all that definitely is a better start. As it gets shoved wide though. As Olsen gets the whole shot. But this time we vaguely know where we're going. We're already ahead of Watson. There's one big drum out the way. It's all banging into the top 5 RE. We're in 6th. Now we're in 5th. Back down the inside of everyone, up into 2nd by Prado. Fantastic opening. As we begin the first lap. Proper as a bit of a cheeky track extend. But I don't mind that. As they go into the lead. Now is there anyone that can challenge the Rat Rider? Well, if he goes wide like that, I'm sure everyone can. And the pack, oh, track a bit soft. There's Yeah, you slide the bike through corners. Bit disgusting to see if you actually do like your motocross and on the simulation, but it's a bit fun. So that's why I use the rear brake as well to get back into slide. It's a bit like a handbrake in, say, a rally car. Yeah, who knew skills from WRC8 would transfer to this game as well. It's downhill. Look at the massive crowd here. That's what I love about this circuit, the undulation. It's a bit like that Italian circuit we visited earlier in the year. No, we like the softer surface round there rather than the hard pack surface we have. And that Italian track, which I would not try and pronounce because I will butcher it like hell. But no. There you go, that's better into that. So another thing that reminds me, or is much different from Supercross 3 in this game, weight is just push forward and back. I'm sure there's some air movements we could do, but I'm doing it all right stick, and it seems okay, as you can see. Like, well, it's not struggling. You know, you can do air movements with the left stick. Doesn't seem like it's as important though, having that left stick control as in Supercross, which is understandable because Supercross have those much tighter man-made circuits that are made to be entertaining, made with rhythms, whoops, burns, big jumps. Some circuits are meant to be very quick, some very tight and twisty, but always encouraging, say, you just slide your pass or the block pass. More like unlike these kind of more outdoor tracks, not as man-made maybe, much more susceptible to the natural conditions as well, like erosion from year to year, the surface. Or the ground underneath the surface, should I say. There we go, that's how you meant to take that left-hander. So even though you're getting on like a 250, 450, very different kind of riding we'll be doing. And ways to be quick. So there we go, into the 52s. Definitely are in a rhythm now, as Elusive's leading Elusive. For some reason they've never fixed that. I remember that being an issue in 3 as well, and Pro, the scoreboard like that. I just haven't bothered to look at it. Don't actually get that issue in Supercross though, in the Supercross games as much. Or with ever actually, I don't really remember. Maybe online, but apart from that, I don't really remember having scored with issues like this. You also see those issues in the MotoGP games occasionally from Milestone 2, so I'm not sure if it's just something in their coding where they just got an issue and they just don't know how to solve it, or don't bother. Don't really know. Because that was an issue in 19 and 18. Actually, timing used to be a big issue in all milestone games because you had very similar timings. I remember it didn't seem like it was natural. The timings, like they seem to have fixed it with the new engine. I'm not sure if it's just an issue of their own engine. But yeah, with Unreal, it seems better the timings, like more natural, but just issues with just the scoreboard timings now. So heading on to the final lap here. It's a bit of a boring one. That's how we like it. Especially if we want to get back into that championship. There's all mid 52. Oh no! Interesting landing. Just to say it's boring, decided to do that. Still leading the way. Going to say they're much closer now. So this, I remember this being much more difficult in, I think it was 3 or Pro. God, I've like eradicated Pro from my mind. I can't actually remember, but yeah, the corners were up and down and felt tighter than these corners. Like maybe it's because we're in the wet, we can slide the back end round as well. There's all Prado crashing from second. Oh, the Spaniards set to make up for that first race. Not getting it this time though. I think all this crowd, no umbrellas up. Couple of hoodies, couple of jackets, no umbrellas. Some people are just like, yeah, I don't care. Not even pontoons as well. Or canopies. Look at that trout worker, just like, not caring about, not even wearing a hat. Like, if it's going to rain, it's going to rain. All the trout workers. I know it's a minor detail, but still. As we cross the line, that's a bit better. So in the end, it was a very comfortable victory by 5.6 instead of Olsen. Olsen ran out the podium ahead of Jacoby and Watson into the top 5. Good job from the Yamaha. Head of Prado down in 6th in the end for the Spaniards. Home heroes in 8th and 9th with Connor Musi rounding out the top 10. Mitchell Evans down in 18th. Adam Serra in 14th. Once again, a Dane in last. So 47 points. Overall victor by a country mile, 9 points ahead of the rest. Job done for Kev Elusive. As Olsen rounds out the top 5, 13 points back. And we've got Sebelin in 10th, 22 points. The Dane, the only person not scoring points. Oh dear. So in the championship, Elusive up 2 places into the top 5 ahead of Jacoby, who's also up 2 places. Watson down a couple, Prado down a couple. But Olsen still leads the way with 256 points, 23 ahead of Grants, and then Vade in 3rd. Elusive, less than 2 race wins back now. 47 points back with 11 Grand Prix to go. And then further down, we've got Osland now into the top 10, rounding out that ahead of Mitchell Evans. Got Vassen up a couple of places as well. And then looking further down, got Gustavo up 3 places. The Bazillion up into the top 30 as you've got 7 riders yet to score. So here we are with some glorious sunshine in Russia for round 8 of the season. We get underway for the first race as everyone just looks around at the gate job like, are we actually meant to be going now? I think we are, as making the outside line work is the Rut Rider. It's into 6th already. Right behind Olsen as Prado takes the lead from Garance, Belgium. Good run round the outside, is it for Elusive? Looks like it is, into 3rd already. It's got Garance. We've got Prado in the lead as down into 2nd. This is a tight corner. It's all a bit wide. Might allow the Belgian back by. It seems like the outside line has worked. So it's between Prado and Elusive for the victory here on this opening lap, or the lead. Bit early to be talking about the victory. I know we've got 4 laps. So a bit of a whip, almost the hands on the back of the Spaniard. Oh, remember this section, very tight section. Down the inside. Oh, it's got a hard pack surface though, this Russian circuit. Can't be whipping it round like it can in France. Rear brake will not be touched round it. Of course, it will just be going down as gets into Prado. Spaniard still leads. Despite getting the E-train there in the side. Let's go over the last couple of jumps. Man, there'd been a tight hairpin in the end of that as well. Here we go. As we go across the start-finish line. As these two have got away a bit. Bungerant's behind the Belgium. But yeah, I remember this Russian circuit being one of the hardest in Pro. I do have a memory of Pro, it seems like. Because of the hard pack surface on the top. And because of these big like jumps and rhythm sections that you had to nail to be quick round here, it's so difficult being consistent. Like, it's so easy to bin it. Like, it seems like this surface is a bit softer than it was. Like, for that corner, I'm trail braking. You wouldn't have been able to do that in Pro. So yeah, it seems a bit easier to ride around. Like, it is very wide open as well. Oh, and down! Goes Elusive. Down to third. Ryan Garrants only loses one place despite annihilating his seat and arsehole on that section. Might need a nappy for the next couple of races, Elusive. It's all so quick into this section. Down the inside of Garrants, is he? No. Just waiting for that rear end to come round. Go. What's the jump? Trying to set up the move into the hairpin, maybe. I think Prado's a bit out of reach. Oh, good defence from the Belgium. So we've got power through. I remember this corner being absolutely glorious in Pro. It seems a bit less glorious now because you're going downhill flat out, and the bike just sucks onto that banking as well. It's pretty helpful. Oh yeah, you saw an issue of why it was so difficult to be damn consistent around it. Like, hard landing sometimes. So difficult. So yeah, now it just gets stuck behind riders. It's so difficult to go offline and make a move. So despite maybe being quicker than the Belgian, we're stuck here in third. Because if we go off the line slightly, yeah, you can see much so over that section now. It's Elusive. Like, where are you making the move? Oh, he tries to. Belgium holds on, no. No, so you can use some of these banks to keep the bike into the corners on the outside. And again, if you misjudge that slightly, you're off. Very difficult on you as well. So all doing a bit of a rip over that section. Massive jump. So we are catching up to Prado actually. Spaniard, he's falling back slightly. In the clutch of these two. As we go into the final lap. This is Elusive. Outside is not the place to make the move. Want to be on the inside ideally. Just like that. Shoved him off his line. Into second then. 1.6 in front. Seems a bit closer than that now. Seems closer to a second, or it did. Oh, that corner messes you up. With quite actually soft ruts. It's not like these ruts which you can ride through. Like, you can't really ride through the ruts on the inside there. Bit difficult. And you see a second gap to Belgium already. Shows how much quicker Elusive was. As we go into the final rhythm section. Oh, much quicker than Prado. Right until the Spaniard. Oh, he holds him up. Gets the big stop signs out. Great line there from Prado. Really cut off. Pull out the circuit. Seeing that's Elusive chance gone unless he can get the cut back here. As he head towards the line. I think the Spaniard's got it. Or does he? Oh, just about. Oh, that's close. Decided by just a tenth in the end after 4 laps. Well done to the Spaniard as you got a Yamaha round at the podium. So 3 different manufacturers, or 4 different manufacturers in the top 4. Head of the Husqvarnas of Olsen, Davey and Osland. You've got Mitchell Harrison on his Kawasaki in 7th. Roland in 8th on the Husqvarna. So definitely seemed to be the bike to be on. As you got Baz in 9th. And then Honda ran out the top 10. Adam Sterry in last. So here is the final race in Russia. Final race of the episode as the gates drop and very slow start from Elusive. As, wow, 747 very wide there. Making it work though. Go downhill into the top 10. Almost into the top 5. Oh, he landed on someone there. Someone's got a sore back. There's the 28. He battles with Goretz. As we've got Prado leading away ahead of Van Dotnik. Belgian up here to number 32. It's on the altitude maybe as well as, oh, aggressive. Oh, he's on the opening that. You get past Prado. I mean, he couldn't manage it in the first race, so you might as well try and get it out of the way early. Try and build a bit of a lead. It's getting a bit of the whips out. Not really, as... Oh no! The KTM sign takes him out! As we rejoin in front of Baz. Down in 4th place. Just opening that. No, easily past Van Dotnik up to 3rd, trying to net around the outside of Garants. Oh, it becomes the inside. The Belgian very soft in defence there. Should have seen that coming. He's got Prado in front. Here we go, round 2. The Spaniard V. Guys, perhaps a 4-man in the championship at the moment. Lands on that rear wheel, gets rolled in again. So you see so much more air and speed carried through that first jump. Looking down the inside of Prado, hits a bit of a sign. Might be getting nightmares about signs after this race. Elusive, but can't force his way by Prado this time around. Oh, he can down the inside of the right though. Goes through that kind of soft, wet section on the inside and makes it work somehow. So it takes the lead. That's all he needed to do in that last race. Goes a bit of the whips out again for the lads. This time do not go all the way up to the KTM sign. Oh, you can go... Sometimes you can actually ride that sign to make the corner. Like what I was saying about the banks. Like trying to ride those. You can do that with the signs as well in certain corners. Almost feels like cheating though. Doing it through that corner for that right hander to be quick, but... Or left hander. I know my left and right. What are you talking about? It's almost a scrub, almost. Unfortunately, next corner's a tight hairpin. It kind of comes up on you. So go through the final corner onto the penultimate lap. Elusive leads Elusive by over 3 minutes apparently, which is quite impressive how short this lap is. As obstacle avoided. Okay, I get that. That was kind of a cheap line we were going for there, I'll admit. But he's already in front of the Belgium. Oh, almost clips his rear wheel. Try and go down the inside of Davey on the old podium. I don't know why I put on an Aussie accent there when he's a Dutchman, but okay. He's got the hill, back up to third then. So Prado leading away ahead of the Belgium. What a superb job from him. Trying to get the whips out, but timed that poorly. Oh, can he go down the inside here? Oh, we can hit him. Oh no. That is not how you're meant to do it, Elusive. What? Why is that an obstacle avoided? We're taking it outside there. We were actually on a disadvantage. I can understand when you're trying to cheat the corner. That was definitely not cheating the corner though, as he drops outside the top 5. Heading on to the final lap. Got some Russian interference here, the battle. You can make all the jokes you want about that. The Budin a stop to Elusive winning the overall here, it seems like. Getting the victory as he goes to the final lap in 6th. Cannot believe that. I guess he did start it by, you know, cheating the line a bit on the first part. Whoa, what the hell? Bike. Oh, what is the bike doing? He thinks it's ice skating. Valuable points lost in the championship here as well for Elusive. You've got to remember that. He's still some way back of Olsen at the top. Even though he might be taking points out the Dane here, it's not going to be as much as it should be. As it looks like Prado's coming back with a double after a poor round in France. Whoa! What the hell? Poor Belgium. I'm not sure you remember where he is now. As the Rider's just finished him. As Prado wins. I thought the camera was on fire then, looking to my right. I was like, dude, you shouldn't be standing next to it there. Oh, what could have been. As Prado wins the Belgium and Davey in third ahead of the Frenchman. We've got Elusive in fifth ahead of Evans. Then you've got Sterry, Vasson, Garantz, who somehow made it across the line with maybe his head detached from his body. And then we've got Olsen in 10th with the Italian in last. So overall, Prado with a maximum points wins ahead of Elusive. Davey in third, Olsen in fifth, so 7 points, 9 points further taken out the Dane. But man, what could have been? Could have been at least double figures. As you've got Olsen round out the top 10, and we've got Zachary in last. So in the championship, it's Olsen leading the way by just 20 points now, less than a race victory ahead of Garantz. And we've got the Tom in third, who's just 6 points ahead of Elusive, who's just 3 points ahead of Prado. He's back into the top 5 after his first victory of the season. And Jacoby down to 6th, Watson down to 7th, Sterry in 8th, Olsen up to 9th, now ahead of the Italian, who rounds out the top 10 and just ahead of Evans by 6 points. You've got Davey with his podium up 4 places to 13th. Up 8 places, Mitchell Howson into the top 20, Roland up 14 to 24th. So you've got the American round out the top 30, and now just 6 riders yet to score. So next up, it's the halfway mark of the season, and Kagums in, I can't remember now. It's Latvia, isn't it? It's changed category. There we go, we can check in on the MXGP guys as Harlin leads the way. Head of Herlins. What? Engaged down in third. Very close at the top. You got Feverve in fourth. Karuli in fifth. Then you got Desadi in sixth. Tommy Searle in seventh, the veteran. There's Sean Simpson, his very countryman. And you got Leiber And Jonas in 10th on his Husqvarna into the top 10. Yeah, Max. Anstey, isn't it? And you've got Sawa. And who rounds out the top 20? It's the Belgium. Hey, Petrov in 22nd. And Trixier in 23rd on his KTM. Got Monticelli as well in 24th. Bogues in 2015. Lots of MX2 guys, remember. MXGP now. But once again, very competitive, very close at the top though. Much closer than actually the MX2 class. As it's just between the top 5, 30, between the top 6, 34 points. Compare that to the MX2 class, 32 points separate the top 3. So you can also go backgrounds. Oh, this is pretty neat. That is very cool. You can actually see how the championship has evolved. You can see how Olsen just got away. And you can see the rise of Elusive as well. So yeah, next up, we're in the halfway mark of the season. Once again, battling for the overalls, getting points out of Olsen. Just closing that gap to maybe a single race victory to 25 points. Back in business then for the second half of the year. So thanks for watching. Find out if we can do that next time.